I'll be honest, we're not looking so hot. We're obviously battle scarred. We literally have a scar right there on our face. We're dirty, beaten up, bruised, tattered, torn. Clothes are a little messed up. But still, we have to go onward. There is yet one more Colossus to fight. Hi, everyone. My name is Stephen George, and I play video games. Today is the continuation and the finale of Shadow of the Colossus. Up to this point, we have defeated 15 Colossus. We have downed all sorts of creatures, some massive, some not so much. Today we are taking on the final creature, the final monster, Malus. Malus is the last Colossus that we have to defeat. To get over there, we are going to head the same way that we went to fight Koromori, but we're going to be taking a slightly different path. Now, Malus is huge. Now, I did say earlier in the LP that Phalanx is the biggest Colossus, and that's true. He's the longest. But Malus stands tall. Malus is not a long creature. He's a tall creature. He's over 300 feet tall, and he's by far the tallest, most intimidating of all of the Colossus. He's also pretty deadly. I would say he's pretty aggressive, but he's also very, very intelligent, as we will see once the fight begins. There's a lot that's going to be revealed today. And by a lot, you would expect me to say everything. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Today is the finale. It is the final episode. And it is going to wrap up the loose ends. A majority of the loose ends. Let's see, have I been to this shrine before? Let's see, is that it right there? Oh, that's it. That's it. I'm gonna head you off at the pass. What's up, son? Oh, crap. No, you don't. Die. Die. No, you piece of crap. Gotcha. Give me that tail. Whew, that was nice. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay. Aggro? Man, there's lizards everywhere out here. Come on, buddy. We will lift our sword to the sky. When I equip my sword. Where are we going? Straight ahead. Unlike some of the later Colossi in the game, in my opinion, Malus isn't all that far away. But then again, I'm just kind of referring to like getting to the entrance. Also, once you get out to this field, you can see where it is you need to go. Like, we're going over there. So, in my opinion, it feels easier? Like, less of a distance we have to travel? Now, up here is one of those weird hills that aggro has a hard time going down. Like, you have to go around and all this stuff. So, a lot of the times, I just jump off. And I find that a little easier to deal with. The hawks are not leaving me alone. Come on, hawk. Okay, I guess not. Woo! Took some damage, but I'm alright. I find it easier to do this instead of going around. Whether I'm right or wrong, I have no idea. But it doesn't really matter. So we're going to keep making our way over to that spot over there. I'm sure you can already see where it is we're heading. And we will call Aggro, who is very intelligent, and he will figure out where he's supposed to be. Come on, buddy. Come. Good horsey. Good horsey. Let's see if I can jump on him as he goes by. Okay. Fine. Have it your way. Friggin' Burger King horse. There we go. We will ride on Aggro. And honestly, I didn't really have to jump around all that much, so I'm just going to go the way I guess they want me to go. You can see all the doves floating in the air there. The doves are the symbol of purity. It's funny because they're all outside of this gate. And this gate is the entranceway to the final Colossus. Almost like some sort of symbolism. See if I can... Come here, birdie. Come here, birdie. Come here. Gonna come? Gonna come? Man, I just did a jump on Aggro while I was riding him. That is awesome. Whoop. Now we stand in this light, lift our sword, and focus it on the glass. Or the hole. I always assumed that was glass, but now looking at it, I guess it is actually just a hole. In my opinion, I like it. I like the idea of it being glass a little better. Come on, Aggro.
Aggro.
Aggro. He's like, I'm coming. Just chill. Come on. Come on. Or stop before you get here. Let's go. Come on, buddy. There's one final save shrine up here on the right. We can check for a lizard. I'm sure we'll be able to find one. I don't think that we've ever found any in this LP that didn't have lizards, but I know that there are some that don't, so that's surprising. But hey, that's a good thing. Whoa, little buddy, speed limit, speed limit, speed limit. Yes, there we go. I was gonna say, stay down. And we pierced his tail. Excellent. And this is the last lizard tail that we will get before we fight Malus. Interesting. This is going to be what our grip meter looks like. It's actually pretty big. It could have certainly been smaller. And it could have certainly been bigger, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think that we won't have too hard of a time with Malus. Malus is... It's kind of hard to explain. He is aggressive. He's going to attack you like no other, and he'll kill you real quick if you don't know what you're doing. But at the same time... I'll just shut up. Let's just get on with it. Crossing the bridge. Whee! Go for it! Run! Some of you are going to be very disappointed in this scene, but we do lose aggro.
Oh, God.
Now, our faithful companion is gone. Wander has come this far with aggro's help, but now he must go the rest of the journey alone. He turns around and looks up at what he must face. You can also see that the sky is starting to get a little gray. Also, on a funnier note, I think it's weird how he almost dives to try and grab aggro as if he's going to be able to, grab, a horse which weighs a ton, literally. It's not going to happen, you silly Billy. You're not going to be able to pull up a horse. But it is sad, sorry. Let's be serious. So let's jump up here and make our way up this long road to get to Malus. Climbing up the side of this, like, mossy area. There we go. Come on, buddy. There you go. Doing some flying leaps here. There we go. Jump over this, come up here, and we are getting ever so close to actually being able to see Malus. You can already see that we've actually traveled quite a ways, because a minute ago we were over there, and you can still see way out into the valley. Alright, finally here. You can hear the wind whipping around our head. It's actually one of the cool things with the sound design here is, once you actually enter in here, you can hear the wind on the outside. That's just really well done. It's very atmospheric. The entire game is done like that, but it's just really well done. When we get here, there's a storm. Like, whoa, what the crap? Now it's raining. If we look up into the sky, we'll see it's very dark. Suddenly things have changed. So let's start climbing again. There we go. And now we get our first glimpse of Malus. Gigantic Colossus. Malus is very much a level in his own rights. And he has these glowing bracelets that act as, I guess, sort of energy that allow him to shoot energy balls. He's almost like a sorcerer type person. He just stands in one place. He is completely immobile, which is something new because all of the Colossi thus far, have run around. You have to catch them or they are coming after you, etc. But in this last fight, he is immobile. He stands his ground, and it is up to you to do what you need to do to kill him. Now here's the thing. You will get killed so freaking quick. I mean, so quick. If you go left here, you're dead. You are dead immediately because they'll start shooting you and you won't let up. What we need to do is head right. Oh god. Yeah, that explosion, that was him. So we want to make sure that we do not mess this up. There are these little trenches, and we are going to hug tight to the trenches. We want to jump into any trench that we can. We have to make sure that we're hiding. So we just so we don't get blasted by Malus, because he will take us out really quick. So let's keep making our way up here. Jump up on these boxes. Maybe jump up on the boxes. There we go. Oh, jeez. Oh, so you can see him way, way up there. You can't even get a good look at his face right now because it's just so dark. We'll be there soon enough. I'm just going to run as fast as I can behind all of these walls and dive into this pit. Woo! Nice front flip there. He's still shooting at us. He wants us dead. To be fair, we have killed all of the other Colossi thus far. Maybe he's just mad. Maybe he usually played poker with the other Colossus. They came over and, I don't know, they had a good old time. And maybe Malus always won, so he got all their money. And now he's really upset. I'm sorry, I'm doing it again. I'll be serious. Serious! At the end of the serious game. Alley-oop. Oh god, no! Honestly, I don't think I've ever not been able to do that. I mean, I always, every time I do that jump, I always do that little, oh god, I'm gonna fall thing. It's not my choosing, it just happens. So we're getting ever closer to Malus, using these underground trenches, where the Germans were. Now we will climb up. And up the stairs, making sure in the process not to get ourselves killed. Hey buddy, we're almost there. Guess what, we're getting closer to you. As you can imagine, his sigil is, where else? Dun dun dun, on his head. Oh piss! Jesus Christ! Come on, come on, get up buddy. Get up buddy, get up. He's like, dude, what the crap was that? Yeah, that was Malus. He will friggin' kill you. This might be the only part in the game that it might be useful to have extra health. But to be fair, if you start getting blasted and you don't fall into a trench, you're probably dead anyway. If you really need the health, you can sit here and let your health refill. What I'm going to do is go from each one. Dive, buddy! Oh, God! Whew, that was close. Into the trench. In there. Whoa, that was close. Still took a little damage right at the end there. Now we're a little safer. My god, Malus. It's also interesting that his name is Malus. Like M-A-L-U-S, but also M-A-L-I-C-E. Anyway, these underground trenches lead to Malus himself. Big guy. Big guy. Where we gotta get to is his head. And it's not gonna be easy. In my opinion, it's pretty simple getting up near his head, but actually getting on him is a bit of a trial. So we're going to make our way over and start climbing all of these little platforms that make up Malus. And during this time, gusts of wind will try to throw us off, make it extremely difficult for us. Jump, little wander, jump. Let's turn left here. Whoop. And go around. Keep climbing. You're probably saying, well, you know, the trench part getting shot at was pretty difficult, but now it doesn't look like it's all that hard. Well, you're pretty much correct. At this point, it's pretty easy until we get up there. Once we get up there, it's completely different. You can also see right there that Wander didn't have anything else to hold on to, so he had to swing himself up. Just really cool animation. Really appreciate them taking the extra time to do cool stuff like that. Okay, so now that we're here, we have two options. Go to the front, or go where we're going, which is to the back. Obviously, since I'm going there, we want the back. The reason is he has got a minor sigil as well as the major sigil. Whoa! Don't fall, buddy. Don't fall. Get up there. Get up there. You're fine. You're fine. You can already see it glowing. That is the minor sigil. And really pay attention to the music that's going on right now, because that is just, it's haunting. It's a very emotional time defeating the last Colossus. So we stab his minor sigil. He doesn't thrash around. Instead, he goes to investigate. He wants to see what it is that's going on back there. We'll use this opportunity to climb onto his hand, getting closer and closer to our final goal of getting up to his head. Now Now what I like to do is climb up to the top of his hand because it makes it a little easier. But he'll be moving his hand around a lot. So if you stab it, he'll actually stop moving it and kind of lay it out flat for you. And then we need to make our way up to this arm and stab the other minor sigil. And it's going to be very much a repeat of last time. Now we're jumping onto the other hand. Getting ever so close. Now here is the deal breaker. You cannot go past those bracelets. They will kill you almost immediately. And that's not good. Being dead is a bad thing. We're going to stab this hand too. And to know what to do, we will look to our mighty sword, which tells us that he has a weak point here. We'll get out our arrow, or our bow rather, and shoot it with an arrow. He's going to grab it in pain, and then we will climb up and jump over. Yes! At this point, we're good. We are on Malus. Now, it is in our best interest to try and let our grip meter return before we climb up onto his head, because we're going to want all the grip we can get, and I'm sure that we'll probably have to stop at some point. But this is going to be, hopefully, the last time we'll have to climb up to him. Now, if you fall from here, not only are you going to take a crap load of damage, but you have to do all of this all over again. So we're going to do our absolute best to make sure that we don't fall, because falling on this level sucks. Falling on phalanx sucks, but this is arguably twice as bad as falling off phalanx. So we're just going to keep holding on. He's doing the rodeo thing. Let's let our grip meter come back. Excellent. Back to full grip. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just chill out. Just chill out. What I'm going to do here is actually stab him so he will calm down. If I can stab him right in that place where he was hurting, his minor sigil up here, then we'll be good. He doesn't like that very much. He's going to put a hand back there to try and comfort himself, and when he does, I'm going to get up on his head and go for the gold here. Bam! Pretty good bit of damage. Another little chunk of damage. He's freaking out a little bit right now. He's probably not used to having people on his head. Now, we're not going to lose a whole lot of grip. In my opinion, this battle is not all that hard. I think there are other Colossi who are harder. Obviously, friggin' Colossus is more difficult than Malus. But I don't think it's supposed to be that hard. I think it's more of an emotional thing. The music, the atmosphere, you know, the weather and the darkness is really just setting the mood for finishing the game like this. And it's actually setting the mood for the cutscenes to come after this, because they are pretty extreme. There's some serious stuff coming up. So this isn't supposed to be, you know, a super difficult battle. It's just supposed to be the final battle, a memorable battle. But he's also got to actually let me kill him. So we're going to try and stab him again. Usually after one stab, he'll let me get in another good one if he stops shaking. Come on, buddy. Come on. Please? Pretty please. Pretty please. You can also try a dive stab here, but anytime in the past I've done it, I've actually missed and landed on the platform in front of him. And it was just... That's not a good thing to do. It's just like, oh my god, kill me. Stop moving. So I've lost about half of my grip at this point. Bam! There's another good hit. He's going down slowly. Moving around, shaking. Oh, come on. Come on, Malus. Let me stab you. Come on, you cute little son of a gun. Right. Oh, doggone it. Alright, I'm starting to lose my grip, so I'm going to have to think about getting off soon. Dive stab. Right where it hurts, too. So he's going to go check that out. And as he does that, I'm actually going to use this opportunity to get in a really good stab. I know I was going to try and charge it, but oh, couldn't let that go. Come on. Whoa! Throwing me all over the place right now. That actually... Oh god. Whoa, 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 whoa! Woo! I didn't actually hit him there. Did I get him? Oh god. Careful, buddy, careful. Whoa, 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 whoa! I'm not falling off of you. It's not happening. It's not happening. Sorry. Right in the minor sigil. Get some of my grip back. Climb up to the head, climb up to the head. Good hit, good hit, good hit. Nice one. For the win. And it's over. He grabs his head. He's been stabbed in the brain one too many times. And he just kind of falls apart. His legs were down at the bottom, so it's almost like he was wearing almost like a dress. And we fall onto his bracelet, but the tentacles quickly knock us out. And it looks almost like if we weren't being held in place that we would very much fall down. The group of men that you saw back at the end of episode 12 have finally made their way across this bridge and into the shrine. Now from this point on, I'm going to remain mostly quiet. I might throw in a few comments here and there to help clear a few things up, but otherwise I'd just like you to enjoy the cutscene.
Who was Himon? Rani. Amnos crude adverb. Arahum formulas ilicum adolf. Romorani, Amantoga roll. You undic irarzen, Aulam Ulumko. You cumicu aek is inf, Edom the cake ludu. No sus, if captain. Was I look ziku? It was a You want to lie, Luludo? Look at the law in your own. You must almost rude. Aki. Odit iro ikon korniko. Always yurkutu.
Okay, so we just learned a whole lot. Lord Emmon was chasing after Wander because Wander stole the magical sword. He knew of the stories. He knew that there was this forbidden land where this god could bring people back from the dead. So he stole the magical sword and brought Mono to this land in hopes of reviving her. However, there's more to this story. Lord Emmon had said that Dorman had used Wander. That Wander had done Dorman's bidding. We're about to see exactly what that was. I think it's important to note that Wander didn't want any of this. The last thing Wander wanted was to grow horns and die on the floor of some temple in the middle of nowhere. All he wanted was Mono. And even in death, he reaches out to grab her one last time, because that is all he wanted in the first place. This journey was for her. With that, Wander is consumed by the darkness. He is completely taken over. Lord Emmon knows why Wander came. He came for Mono. Emmon glances back one last time to see if Mono is alive. But then we learned something truly interesting. Dorman had an ulterior motive for having the Colossi destroyed. Dorman didn't hate the Colossi. Dorman was the Colossi. A long time ago, his power had been banished and broken into 16 different parts inhabiting Colossi. By defeating them all, Dorman has been resurrected.
Ikuka order.
Now at this point, we actually, since we were Wander and Wander is now Dorman, we are Dorman. We can use the square button to smash and do some attacks. We can press X and we can breathe fire. Well, cold fire. The cutscene reveals that they are grabbing the magical sword. I'm mostly just very big and can't move very well. I still have some of my actions available to me. I can crouch down with R1 and I can jump up, but it's not going to do a whole lot. They're a lot faster than I am because I'm so slow. They're shooting at me, they're doing some damage, but nothing major. We can try and chase them down, but we're just too slow. We can actually swing the camera around. We are a very hideous creature. But even if we chase after them, we're never ever going to catch them. They're just too quick for us. So now Lord Emmon and his men are making their escape, now that the beast Dorman has been arisen. But there's one final thing that he decides to do. He decides to get rid of the sword. When the sword hits the water, it creates a magical vortex. When we cut back to Lord Emmon's face, his facial expressions show that maybe he didn't even know what was going to happen. And when that vortex starts, it literally begins to pull Dorman in. It is pulling him in as hard as it can, and not only is it pulling Dorman in, it's pulling Dorman out of Wander. And you can notice that Dorman is trying so hard to get forward, but that's not only Dorman, that's Wander, and Wander is fighting for Mono. And you can see that actually on one side is the reward. Not only escape and safety for Dorman, but Mono for Wander. But they are both one entity, and they are both being pulled back into this vortex, and now the game does something truly remarkable. The game actually switches control from a cutscene over to you. You, as the player, get to control the game. You get to experience firsthand the difficulty in trying to escape this vortex and trying to escape to Mono. But try as hard as you may, there's no way to truly escape it. There's no way to get away from this vortex. Actually, if you're playing on the PS3 version, you get an achievement. If you struggle, you get an achievement or a trophy for trying as hard as you can to get away from this vortex. But no matter what you do, it's still going to pull you in. I'm grabbing on, just trying to hold on. You can actually see that it's removing my grip faster than any Colossi ever did. It's already almost gone, and I know that I can't hold on. It's sucking me in, so I'll just let go. With Wander dead, and Lord Emmon having escaped, all that's left is Mono. And she's alive. Dorman held his end of the bargain. Now you have to remember that Mono was sacrificed. She probably did not have a very pleasant death. And she was sacrificed in another land entirely. So it's probably very strange to wake up in this new place. And then, a very, very big reveal. Aggro is alive. Now, he's a little beat up. He's certainly not in very good shape, but he is alive. We can only assume, since Mono and Wonder were lovers, that Mono would know of Aggro. So I can only assume that she's probably very surprised to see that Aggro is here, and is probably wondering very much where Wander is. Now, as we begin the credits, first, let me tell you, do not stop watching the video. There is more. There is more to the story, so please stick with us. The first thing I want to address is the fact that everything you've seen up to this point, or most, is fact. It is straight from the game. In fact, you guys probably could have grasped it yourself. However, from this point forward, a lot of what I'm going to be talking about is going to be theory. So let's start with the actual plot of the game, since there might be some aspects that you may have missed, and also I can fill in some of the holes with some popular theory. Now, the first thing is the Forbidden Land, the area which the game takes place. We know that that place was inhabited at some point because there are structures, and we've seen them all throughout the game, throughout the LP. Now, the belief is that the people under Lord Emmon, which also includes Wonder, so these group of people, the group of people that we see all throughout the game, once inhabited the Forbidden Land. However, we can assume that it's centuries ago because Dorman said that it has been an eternity since he has been banished away. Now, with that in mind, I want to quickly point out that Lord Emmon is not the one who sealed Dorman away. Lord Emmon is not hundreds of years old, and it has been at least hundreds of years since Dorman was banished. Now, the popular theory is that Dorman was not an evil god. He was worshipped as a good god. He was the god of the people and everyone loved him. However, at some point, a new religion was started, and this religion focused on light and not darkness, like Dorman. They then saw Dorman as an evil entity and decided that they would seal him away and leave the Forbidden Land forever, calling it cursed. In order to seal him away, they used a special spell that broke him up into 16 different parts, and they decided to make each of those parts inhabited by a Colossi that could only be killed by a special sword. Now, as far as whether or not the Colossi already existed in the land, or they were created when the spell was created, or even the origins of the magical sword, none of those things are revealed to us. And there are many theories about them, but I'm only here to give you the absolute basics. Another popular theory is that the tentacles are actually Dorman's essence. Whenever Wonder defeats a Colossus, Dorman is coming out of that Colossus and entering into Wonder. Wonder then becomes a vessel. By defeating all 16 of the Colossi, Dorman is fully put back together like a jigsaw puzzle and is born anew. And now we cut back to Lord Emmon, who is fleeing the Forbidden Land. And some of you might be saying, well, why is the bridge destroying itself? Well, we don't know. It's all theory. But the popular theory is that there's no reason to return to the land, and that the spell that was cast on Dorman is also affecting the ability to get to the Forbidden Land in the first place. Since Dorman is gone, there is no reason to return. I'm sure some of you are very excited to see that we do, in fact, come back to Aggro and Mono. And you can kind of see from the expressions that Aggro is actually leading Mono. Mono kind of stops for a second and then catches up. And this shot reveals that they are working their way towards the back of the temple. The back of the temple where the pool is that Wonder, or Dorman, was just recently sucked into right before Mono awoke. as we get closer and look over the edge into the pool, a very strange reveal. It's Wander. Now, I'm sure there's a few of you who are very confused, maybe many of you, and there's probably a select few who are shaking your fingers saying, "Oh, Japan, you're crazy." But we can assume that when Lord Emmon threw the sword into the pool and meant to do away with Dorman, that it also removed any and all impurities. And in doing this, it had to return Wander to a state where he was pure. And the only time we are pure is infancy, where we don't know any better. We are children. As a friendly reminder, what you see is what you get, and everything I'm saying at this point is theory. Now, this next part is strange for me. Agro leads Mono up and out of the shrine to the door where this all began. That door was closed and there was a bridge that connected right there. But right next to the door is a spiral walkway, which Agro is going up now, that leads to a new area. I find it odd that Agro would know to go to this location. That part is odd to me. It's also odd that Mono knows exactly what to do. She sees this baby lying in this pool. She doesn't question it. The expression on her face doesn't change. She just picks it up and begins to nurture it. Now, the area that Agro is leading Mono into is known as the Secret Garden, and what's interesting about this area is that you can actually access it from the main game, and hopefully we'll be conquering that in a future bonus episode. There's actually ivy that grows on the outside of the shrine that will lead up to this area, but in order to do that, you have to beat the game several times to have a grip meter that is massive enough to actually support your weight to get up here. But now that they are up here, you're probably wondering, why? What is this place? What does this have for them? Well, this is the garden area of the shrine. This is the most peaceful part of the entire area. There's nothing to bother them. There is animals. There is trees that bear fruit that you can eat. And it is a peaceful place where they are going to start their lives over again. From this point forward, Mono will be raising Wander to the point where he can have children with her. And that might be a little strange, but that part is actually true. That's not a theory. And the reason is, Shadow of the Colossus is actually a prequel to Eco. In Eco, you play as a cursed boy with horns. Guess who has horns? Guess who is cursed? It's Wander. It has been confirmed that Eco is actually a descendant of the children that Mono and Wander had. And I know that that's a bit odd. And I know that this entire ending is a bit odd. To go from being completely consumed by a god, having the god sucked out of you, turning into an infant, the game is odd. Especially the ending, I'll give you that, but it's also beautiful. Especially this part. When this haunting melody comes in and the hawk is flying away, I get goosebumps every single time. And on occasion, I feel like I'm on the verge of crying. And I don't know why. I just know that this game was beautiful and the ending was beautiful, and even if I don't completely understand everything, and I try to fill in the holes myself with theories, I loved it. I loved every single moment that I played this game. It is fantastic in every single way. It is very much a piece of art. And I'm sure many of you out there are still very confused. And you know what? That's okay. I don't think Shadow of the Colossus is a title that you can really fully get. All you really need to know is that there was a boy named Wander who loved a girl named Mono very, very much, and he was willing to pay the ultimate price, and he did. But if you loved Shadow of the Colossus, if you thought it was an amazing game, don't stop there. Go and read about the theories, because for some people, the ending has a lot of closure. But for others, it's a wide open world, a big door to walk through and explore. So if you enjoyed this game and you want to learn more about it and what some of the things could possibly mean, then get on Google and start searching them out, because there's some amazing stuff. People have thought of some amazing theories, and if you are interested in the game, you definitely owe it to yourself to check them out. And with all that being said, I'm out. I had a lot of fun making the Shadow of the Colossus LP, and I hope you guys had as much fun watching it as I did making it. So thank you guys for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I hope you'll join me again for another LP on StephenPlays.